The following program is an Animal House radio production.
Welcome to another edition of Animal House Radio on CHHA 1610 AM, Voices Latinas in Toronto, Canada. www.animalhouseradio.com. Info at animalhouseradio.com. Give us a call with a great topic tonight, 416-785-0680. The show is brought to you by our good friends at Hills at www.feedingisbelieving.ca, because nutrition matters. Dr. Mike, how you doing, buddy?
I am doing fine. We had a great week this week.
We did. We had a fantastic week this week. It was, you know what? We got to go see the Toronto Maple Leafs, which was, for me, such a treat.
Absolutely.
I know. It was great. The guys there, Jason Blake, had a whole bunch of interesting things to say, and we can't repeat them on the air. But next week, you will get to hear your Toronto Maple Leafs and what they think about their pets. And and when you hear what they think about their pets, you may change your mind, and maybe you won't be a Maple Leaf fan, but maybe you will. We have a special guest joining us in the studio somewhere. Where is your dog?
She's over there now.
Oh, she's over there.
Yes.
Oh, she's over there.
My lovely dog, Curry, is hanging out with us tonight. She was with me on TV today.
Yes. You appeared on CBC's Today program, which is a national program. I turned on the TV this morning, and obviously I was just lying around, turned on the TV, and I saw you on the television. My first instincts were, what happened?
What's he doing there?
Why is he on TV, and why is he on my TV?
Talking about the things that we're going to be talking about tonight on our future topic.
I don't want to wake up in my bedroom and see you on my TV.
Okay.
It's not a good feeling. Joe is filming us for online for YouTube and animalhouseradio.com. Hello to our online audience, who now ranging in the millions. Adriana, Richmond, and Jennifer on the master controls. Great show for you today. We're going to start the show off with the news, and we have some very interesting news that we're going to talk to you about, Mr. Richmond Lee, with my famous infotainment Simpsons music. Okay. Now, we all have our issues with certain actors and actresses and musicians, but this has gone a little bit too far. An animal rights group throws flour on Lindsay Lohan. Now, you know what? Lindsay Lohan's had her ups and downs. She's now reportedly dating this this girl who's a big DJ in New York, likes to spin, as Adriana says, you know, she does all that stuff. And she was basically going to a VIP party, and someone from one of these animal activist groups shoved her and took basically a flower bomb, is what they say. These are new terms, flower bomb. Shot the bomb at her, and flour went all over her jacket because she's wearing fur. Per Lindsay Lohan had to go inside the VIP room, and just kind of the odor pretty much had to come down and, you know, shake it off and give her a new coat or a new jacket. The meaning for this story is, guys, you got to relax. We all understand what's going on with the fur trade. Everybody gets it. If some people want to ignore it and wear fur, that's fine. But there's no reason to go out there and to do silly stuff like this. It's like when people put pies in politicians' faces. We get that we don't like these people, but by putting a pie in their face or by shooting flour on somebody, it doesn't make your cause better. It makes it absolutely worse. So,
well, I don't think she's going to stop wearing fur because of that. I guess those are not my thoughts on that. But
well, there you go. And also at the party, I got to say, the girl who sang that song, Katy Perry, who sings the song "I Kissed a Girl." I kissed a girl just to try it. It's the biggest song of the summer.
There you go.
Are you hip? I don't know. And there's another story that you got, so please tell me this story.
Mine's a little more interesting. This one shocked me, actually. Somewhere in California, there is a love motel for dogs. And it is open for amorous dogs. It's called the Pet Love Motel. This is unbelievable.
Sign me up.
It's decorated the same way as love motels for humans, with satin sheets, ceiling heart-shaped mirrors. There's actually a picture of these two dogs here. They look like they're in doggy lingerie.
They got married.
Yeah, they dim the lights. They got romantic music. I don't know what kind of romantic music, like Who's Your Doggy, or I've no idea. But anyway, there's lots of cushions. They even have thick curtains for timid dogs who want their discretion.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you want that little privacy.
The funniest part is the owner claims that he puts on a DVD that will excite the dogs, like, you know, Debbie Does Dobermans or something like that. I'm not sure what they're going to put on.
They probably put on Spice World from the Spice Girls movie.
Okay.
Either that or that Michael Jackson movie that they came out with.
Believe it or not, they also have a wedding agency that matches up dogs. And the one that scares me the most is they actually offer artificial insemination services.
Wow.
Now, I have a colleague of mine who does artificial insemination in Edmonton, and she uses a laparoscope. It's a pretty incredible procedure. It's not an easy thing to do. It's not like you get the old straw out and do it that way. It is a very, very complicated procedure. So I have no idea how they're doing these artificial insemination services. The cost for this love room, by the way, is $41 for 2 hours.
That's it.
Yeah, Aaron told me something like 85.
I've been paying like 100 for like an hour. This is only 41 for 2.
41 for 2 hours. So if you have a doggy and you want to match her up with another doggy, you can go to that hotel and for 2 hours.
It's probably only legal in Vegas or something.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. It's probably one of those things where it's like, hey, it's okay to do it outside the state, or you gotta drive 20 miles just to get to this little love motel for dogs. Now, that's kind of freaky.
Yeah, that's a scary story.
Another story going on. It happened in Mission, Ohio. Thieves target an animal shelter. Now, this stuff you don't like to hear, and always sad to report this. A trailer full of building materials was reported stolen Wednesday from a pet. From the Pet Connection in Mission, Ohio. This is a non-for-profit shelter. Now, I'd say 80% of shelters are pretty much not-for-profit. Right. And the shelter was planning to use the materials to build 8 new dog and cat rooms. So this is kind of sad when you know that this is a shelter trying to do good things for animals and build new things, and someone goes along and steals it. So if anybody wants to send donations to this wonderful charity, maybe help them get their feet back on the ground, right. You can do so. Just give an email to jsullinger at kcstar.com. That's jsullinger at kcstar.com. Send them an email, and hopefully just tell Jim, you know what, you're kind of interested in helping out, because that's a pretty bad cause. Yeah. It's a great cause, but it's a bad thing. Once again, Animal House Radio on 1610 AM CHHA in Toronto. Once again, this program is brought to you by our good friends at Hills at feedingisbelieving.ca. Dr. Mike, every single week I ask 2 things from you. One is your phone number, and the other one is your nutritional nuggets.
Well, the nutritional nugget of this week, I know we have our topic is going to be talking about hypoallergenic dogs for humans. So I thought I'd go on the topic of nutrition as hypoallergenic food for pets. It is a well-known fact that many dogs are allergic to certain types of foods. And the interesting thing is, in people, it tends to cause gastrointestinal signs. In dogs, it can cause gastrointestinal signs, but can also cause dermatological signs such as itching, rashes, and so on. The breeds that are commonly affected by food allergies are breeds like Westies, Cocker Spaniels, Irish Setters, and in the cat world, Siamese cats. So, the old school of thought when it came to food allergies in dogs was that we were going to use a novel protein source and a novel carbohydrate source. And that's how the lamb and rice diet was invented. This is like 20 years ago. Unfortunately now, because there's so many lamb and rice foods out there, that's no longer a novel protein or a novel carbohydrate source. Believe it or not, there is a company that has a kangaroo and oats diet. The KO diet.
I heard about that company.
About that. So kangaroo is a novel protein, and oats is a novel carbohydrate source. So that's sort of, I mean, it still works today, but that's sort of the old school. The new school is an interesting process called hydrolyzation, and they actually use that quite readily in the human field for infant formulas where infants might be allergic to gluten or certain other products. And hydrolyzation, essentially, it's kind of neat. What they do is they take these proteins that normally cause the allergens, and they break them down into smaller pieces so that they sort of are not recognized by the immune system. It's kind of like flying under the radar. And there's a wonderful product by Hills called ZD, and it's made of hydrolyzed protein. And every single protein in this diet is under 3,000 Daltons with regards to molecular weight, which is really small. 3,000 Daltons. Can you believe that?
Daltons. That's like a Klingon word for money. Okay. Kupla Daltons.
Now, the interesting thing about...
I love Star Trek, by the way. I got to interrupt you because Daltons is just a cool name.
Yeah, it is. So... the one interesting thing that I need to make mention of is when it comes to these food allergic dogs, people have to realize if they go on these diets to see if they have a food allergy, they have to be on them for 10 weeks. You know, a lot of people put them on the diet for 2 weeks and the dog doesn't get any better and they just assume the diet doesn't work. They have to do it for 10 weeks. And of course, when you're obviously testing to see whether you're allergic to something, you can't eat anything else. So these dogs or cats need to go on this specific diet with water and nothing else.